Hello, my name is Maria de Los Angeles, and today I want to tell you about the results of my survey. The topic was cyberbullying in the era of social networks, scope, and solutions. Let's start with the first question, which has to do with the number of people who usually publish their personal information on social networks. Around 60% of the people who respond to this survey mentioned that they do publish their personal information on social network. Now, I would like to move on the second question, which concludes that 80% of the people in this survey have never received message from stranger because of the information published. As I mentioned before, a very low percentage of our respondents have been asked for personal information and with question three, it is concluded that only 20% of people will respond to a message from a stranger. I would like to draw your attention to this graph because it is surprising that the number of people who would not respond to a message from a stranger in the chat is greater than the number of people who would, which shows you that we are in a society that is much more informed about the criminal problem that exist on the internet. For example, in question 4, the survey results indicate that only 40% of people would accept a date with a person they meet via chat and would go to the meeting alone. Now, I would like to move on to question 5, in which 80% of people responded that they would make friends with strangers on the internet without any problem. Moving on to question 6, we can see question 6, yes. We can see that 70% of people will go to a close relative in they started receiving cyberbullying from the person they meet via chat. In question 7, 80% of respondents mentioned that they have their social networks private. In question 8, 70% of respondents tell you that they receive negative comments on a published photo. They will put their networks in private to avoid that type of comments. Yeah. Let's move on to question 9, which gives you the positive results that 100% of respondents will go to someone close to them if they were victims of harassment on social networks. Finally, in question 10, and which was an open field, we have a variety of answers, but the majority mentioned that they have not been victims of cyberbullying, but 70% of people know someone who has been harassed online. And the patterns of this survey show you that a majority of people are cautious about publishing personal information on networks, but there is a less 30% of more extroverted people who would make friends only without any problems and go to meet that person without telling anyone, which is worrying signs. Today, there is a lot of the issue of kidnappings, robberies, and more. In the past, I suppose that people were much more incredulous and it was harder to food, but with the trend of technology and the individuality that this has brought, I feel that today people trust stranger much more, and this has led you to what I mentioned before, and that is crime and harassment on the internet. And thank you.